Welcome to the second week of April, April 10th?
Sounds right.
That's tomorrow? I guess so. This is this week's releases from The Secret Life of Comic Books. I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Brian.
And here are the comic books for this week. And I'm going to have people disagree with me, but I think as far as quality is concerned, pretty equal. I'm excited about both sides pretty equal. Sorry.
I like
DC
how you backed
Marvel.
off.
Well, I'm not going to say
wins.
there's a lot more Marvel comics I'm picking up than DC, but I'm excited about. How crappy does that sound? I'm excited about every DC comic I'm picking up.
Nice.
And comic book fans watching this will be like, well, that sense makes sense. Anyone else watching this will be like, well, why is he picking up the comic book if he's not excited about it?
Well, that's what you should be doing. And that would solve some of the
Yeah,
problems.
I know, but it's hard to...
I know.
It's easy to say it, it's hard to do.
I've bought many a horrible X-Men comic book.
Exactly. half my long boxes are full of disappointment. All right, so from the smaller guys, we'll start with the smallest of smaller guys.
That's not true
I
at all.
know.
Smallest of the big guys.
It came out of my head before I even...
Smallest of the big guys.
Smallest of the big guys. Yeah. I could say something from like Kaboom Comics or something like that. Even they're pretty big. Yeah. They're making money. Well, it doesn't matter. Dark Horse is putting out Star Wars. Man, I'm all messed up here. Putting out Star Wars. This is issue 4. Really cool. Leia and Vader cover. That's not Ross, is it?
I will bet you $1,000 it's Alex Ross.
Man,
Because it is. I can tell just by looking at it.
I know, but like I don't know. As far as like he's really good with faces, and I guess I'm so used to comic book artists having a template for faces and not really branching off from that. And there's a lot of personality in this cover. But moving on to Image, one relatively new controversial one. And one that's just, a comic book. Walking Dead, issue 109. I'm behind. What's going on?
This issue is actually surprisingly all about Maggie, which is weird because she's such a non-character in the comic book, but it's actually pretty cool. I will admit that I did read it. But, yeah, it's more fun with Negan and Hilltop and Jesus.
Excellent. It sounds like a pretty heavy issue.
Sure.
And you can't get it on your phone. You can't get it on your iPad. Saga 12. We have it here at Conway Comics. But yes, if you're watching this, I'm sure you've heard about the images in it, and they are in there. But hey, that's Saga. If you're reading it and it hasn't surprised you yet, well, this isn't going to surprise you. But it's there.
Like I said, when I've read it, and when I read it, I didn't even notice them until TJ was talking about it, and I pointed it out to me. I was like,
now it's I'm pretty sure I would have noticed it, but I wouldn't have. It would not have been a big deal.
No.
But there it is. So we're gonna start this week, and just because I want to, with Marvel, not DC. So, what's coming out from Marvel this week?
All right, first up, we got Age of Ultron number 5. Seems to be a weekly book, apparently. It's been pretty good. I like number 4 quite a bit.
I know a lot of people are complaining about the pacing, but as far as it, with it coming out every week,
yeah,
I've been happy with it.
Yeah, we got Avengers, some more new universe stuff. Star Brand's there. Should be pretty awesome. It's been a really good run so far. We got Zero Hour with Fantastic Four. If you guys are old school, you'll recognize that. But Zero Hour is a DC where the comics all went white. That's what it made me think of. Should be interesting. Hopefully, Julius Caesar. No, it wasn't Julius Caesar. Was it Julius?
It was Julius.
Okay,
yeah.
maybe he'll show up. Yeah. Horrible things happen to him on Spartacus, but hopefully that won't happen in a Fantastic Four comic. We got Fearless Defenders, probably one of the coolest covers.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, it's been a good book too. If you're not reading it just because you're like, just cool covers and nothing else, it actually is a cool comic.
Right. I think the biggest thing holding it back is none of the characters in it are big names. Sure. It's a team book with no huge names. But if you are making that mistake, rectify it. Let these characters become big names. They're entertaining because of that. I think that's why it's a very entertaining book.
We got some more Thor fighting the God Killer guy. Well, Thor versus Apocalypse. You know you wanted that.
I wish we just had a bunch of Thor covers so you could just say Thor's fighting this. And Thor's fighting...
But it looks like this whole issue is pretty much just Thor fighting Apocalypse and nobody else is in it.
Why does he have a big axe?
Because this is young Thor. It's before he got Mjolnir.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Cool.
Another awesome cover. One of my favorite characters, Magic, on Uncanny X-Men number, what are we at, 4? Yeah, 4. Should be some more Bendis and Bachelot awesomeness. And again, sweet cover. Look at that awesome Final Fantasy sword.
I got a complaint. I don't like her boots and her underwear, like just having like a small space of skin.
That is kind
I
of
wish
weird.
just make it pants.
But at least she doesn't have that weird thing in between where there's nothing covering her boobs like like Emma and Lady Mastermind have.
Yeah.
So that's Marvel.
That's Marvel. Well, over at DC, and I should know about this comic, but I don't because I haven't read issue 1. Issue 1.
What a fool!
I thought I picked it up. Turned out I didn't. I didn't know about it until later that week, and issue 1 had sold out. So, Constantine number 2. I hope it's good. I hear that Constantine number 1 was pretty good.
Number 1 I liked. I haven't read number 2 yet.
So, and once again, we're not going to spoil the WTF cover, but
that one's pretty lame anyway.
it's there. And none of them got me too. I wish the internet wasn't a thing.
Right. Because the Batman and Robin one would have been
that
interesting.
would have been a big deal. But next up is, I don't want to talk about him yet, Batgirl.
That's one that I hadn't seen before we got in the show.
Is this Simone's first issue back?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Simone's first issue back, so if you've been holding off or been... if you haven't bought issue 18 and 17, which, shame on you, you should have bought them anyway.
But don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So that whole little hiccup is fixed now. Bye, TJ.
Something big does happen, so you do need to buy that one
Yep.
if you're interested in Batgirl.
And you should be. It's good stuff.
Yep.
Batman, Bruce is shooting someone off panel. So I wonder who
What
it
the
is.
52?
What the 52? What the Flash? I can't. I held off. If you have the internet, if you've looked at any comic website, you know who is being shot. But still, yeah, it's...
Matt's very disappointed because the next cover gives away what's going on.
This issue, however, never mind. That is it as far as all the riffraff.
You had a good segue, dude.
I know, I had a good segue.
This issue is my pick of the week.
This issue is my pick of the week, and it does have the best cover and the best surprise when you open up the cover. If you haven't seen, which you probably have.
Yeah, it's been all over the internet and like real news and everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, rightfully so. It's a big deal. It's a big character. But Batman and Red Robin, number 19. Remember, after Batman and Robin 18, we're going to have the second tier. The sidekick is going to be different every issue. So it'll be Batman, Nightwing, Batman, Catwoman, which that cover came out.
Yeah, mine. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, not bad. So Batman, Batgirl, things like that. So this one is Batman and Red Robin, and yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen it, it might surprise you when you open it up, and rightfully so. It is awesome. But I can't wait to read it. Probably going to be the first one I read. Batman and Red Robin 19.
All right, my pick of the week is good old Hawkeye, number 9. This one is a pretty awesome issue about Hawkeye and his ex-girlfriends. And Cherry, is that her name?
Yeah.
Cherry from the earlier issue comes back and causes some trouble.
And how long have we been waiting for this cover to come out?
That is true.
This thing has been...
Even in the back, they apologize because it's actually late, even beyond just the Hurricane issue.
Yeah, and I mean, the weight's awesome and all that stuff, but man, this T-shirt exists now because this cover is so famous. Like, you can buy that T-shirt. Usually, it's the other way around. This cover is like it's 2 months at least.
Yeah,
it feels like it has, man.
It's WeLoveFine.com, by the way, if you want to buy the T-shirt. Kelly Sue DeConnick's doing some sweet Captain Marvel and Spider-Woman T-shirts too. If you're into that stuff,
you should be.
You should be.
Yeah.
Awesome issue.
And might I say, this is just a little soapbox I'm going to get on,
right.
And I want you to either agree or disagree. I'm going to put you on the spot here. if a girl or woman buys a Superman shirt, not a big deal, right? Or buys a Batman shirt and wears it.
Sure.
I buy a Wonder Woman shirt.
I always agree. It's probably wrong, but I tend to not buy T-shirts with female superheroes on. I don't even know why, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I think I am going to buy a Wonder Woman shirt, and
Well, on that note, in this month's previews, they have New 52 armor shirts, so you can get the Batman armor, the Superman armor, but there's also a men's Wonder Woman armor shirt.
I don't like those kind of T-shirts just in general, though.
on
Like the bat signal's fine, but where it's actually like
the abs.
suit, yeah, the abs.
Well, I just thought it was weird because, I mean, it's got the chest cut as well, but it's a men's shirt.
On superherostuff.com, there is it's a New 52 Wonder Woman logo. So it's just the little silver whatever.
Right.
But it's in men, and that's all it is. And so I think I like the subtle kind of thing aspect. I think that's the one I'm going to pick up because, I think those that identify it will say, hey, you know what, awesome, you're wearing a Wonder Woman shirt. Those that don't identify will say, hey, that guy's wearing a shirt. Well,
Okay.
from the Secret Life of Comic Books, that's our show this week. How do I end these? Brian, tell us where we are.
We're at good old Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road, right behind good old
The good old UCA.
Not the new one, but the old one.
The old UCA. Don't steal my joke that you said. So, from the Secret Life of Comic Books, that's TJ. I'm Matt.
And I'm Brian.
And we'll see you next week.
Hooray!
Rah. All right.
So this website has an